long time, Liam, and here is now a fight for a world title. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. I've already been away training for the past 2 months. Obviously, we've still got 10 weeks. Come Saturday, I'll be in the best shape of my life, and I'm very confident.
And you've been over in Tenerife, going through the preparations in warm weather?
Yeah, that's correct. We'll go over there. There's training altitude and training the heat.
Can I just ask you, the guys will have their own questions, I'm sure, in a moment or two, but you've been in the sport now for a long time. What does it feel like being on the same top table here as one of the true legends of the sport of all time, with Floyd Mayweather?
It's funny really, because we've travelled over to Las Vegas, me and my brothers, several times to watch Floyd himself fight. We was there for the, well, we were supporting Hatton, to be honest with you. But on the others, we wanted to stop boxing full stop, but obviously we wanted our man to win. That didn't happen. But yeah, no, I've always, obviously I'm a massive boxing fan. I've always watched Floyd and admired and respected how he's gone about his business, and yeah, he don't need me to tell you anything about his achievements or anything like that. So yeah.
Just a word about the fight before we hear from the champion. What do you think are going to be the key factors? You're obviously going to say, yeah, I'm going to win it, but how do you win it?
I'm always confident. I'm always very confident I can win the fight. I know I'll win the fight, but I don't want to get too much of the bag either, to be honest with you, because I've already watched. I've obviously watched the Pedraza fight. There's always 4 or 5 other fights on YouTube. There's Gervonta's, there's amateur fights out there. I've studied a lot, and all that I need to know from what I've been working on the last 2 months already. You know, no man's unbeatable. And
Turning yourself into a fighter.
I can do 147. I'm only confident I can win the fight. I don't really want to start giving you a breakdown of how I feel the fight will go. And I think you'll have to buy a ticket or subscribe to Box Nation for that pleasure. PT Sport as well, yeah. And then you'll see. There's one thing for certain, and Frank said it earlier, this is a cracking fight. This is a proper fight. This is what boxing fans want to see. This is a real fight. When I do envision the fight, how it's going to go in my mind, I can't see how it fails to deliver. I cannot see how this fight will fail to deliver. This is nearly impossible. So.
Thank you very much, Liam. Let's hear from the champion now, Gervonta Davis, who won the title in January, putting on an outstanding performance, beating Jose Pedraza to become the IBF champion. Floyd's already told us about your extraordinary story to get here as the champion. Just tell us a little bit about what boxing has done to your life, about why this sport is so important to you.
The sport, when I first signed with Floyd, I was just a new kid again on the block. I had my first fight on TV under Floyd versus Berto. He gave me a chance to, showcase my skills. So I fight later. I fought on TV again. I was knocking my opponents out so quick. They questioned my skills. They didn't believe in, what I can bring to the sport, the excitement. So we had a chance to fight Joseph Pedraza. I believed in my team. My team believed in me. There's a lot of doubt saying that, I wanted to be able to beat Pedraza. He was had too much experience for me. But once again, I believe in my team. I believe in Leonard. I believe in Floyd Mayweather. I believe in Al Hammond. We got the job done. Now we're in the UK. Giving the fans, the media, you know, and Lil Walsh, a chance, you know, and, hopefully May the 20th he be ready, because on my side, the A side, we will be ready.
I hear that the money that you're going to make from this fight, that you're planning to buy a house for your mum, is that right?
It's not about the money, it's about, you know, giving, you know, Lil Walsh the shot, giving the UK fans, you know, what they've been waiting for, you know, and that's bringing us the excitement, you know, May the 20th.
How important to you has Floyd been as a guiding figure and somebody who to learn from and as a mentor?
I want to say Floyd, coming up, Floyd was like, you know, he was the guard in us in the sport of boxing. You know, I always wanted to be with Floyd. You know, I remember about like 5 years ago, you know, me saying that Floyd, I will only side with Floyd Mayweather. You know, this is the time that Golden Boy promotion was popping. You know, and, I don't believe that Floyd was up and running yet. You know, just when he just came out of prison. You know, and, I posted a picture of him just letting him know that Floyd Mayweather home and this is my chance to sign with him. I actually didn't sign with him at that time. It took me a couple fights, you know, and we made the fight happen, and we made it happen. You know, now, today we're here in the UK, and I want to Floyd Mayweather, and you know, we're making big things happen.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Time now.
Ain't no other sight in the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.